Hi students, welcome to Sakshi FIIT NEET Academy. In this video session, we are going to learn about Hoffman rearrangement. We know that this is one of the important named reactions. And here, what is Hoffman rearrangement? So in Hoffman rearrangement, we are preparing a primary amine from primary amide. So here, what is intermediate in this Hoffman rearrangement? We are getting a nitrine intermediate. So first, we are taking a amide, which is a primary amide, with a sodium hydroxide, that is any strong base, presence of Br2, then we are getting a nitrine intermediate. So to this, in this nitrine intermediate, it undergoes rearrangement. So on rearrangement, we will get a isocyanate. So to this isocyanate, when we are giving a water molecule, that is on hydrolysis, we will get a carboxylic acid group which bonded to the nitrogen. So this carboxylic acid group which bonded to the nitrogen upon heating, that is on decarboxylation, finally we will get a primary amine. So this is a Hoffman rearrangement. So this we will discuss on the board. So here Hoffman rearrangement, this named reaction exists in a chapter, that is nitrogen containing compounds. Nitrogen containing compounds. So here Hoffman rearrangement, preparation of primary amine. So here this is one of the preparation method of primary amines. Preparation methods of primary amine. So in this preparation methods, we are taking a Hoffman rearrangement. First here I am taking a reaction path, that is primary amide. So here what is primary amide? See here around the nitrogen, one alkyl group, two hydrogens called a primary amine. Here around the nitrogen, two hydrogens, one alkyl group, but the bonded carbon is a carbonyl carbon, then that is called a amide. So here around the nitrogen we have one alkyl group, that alkyl carbon is a carbonyl carbon, that's what we are calling its primary amide. So what is secondary amide? Around this nitrogen, one is a carbonyl carbon, another one is a simple carbon, or may it's a functional carbon, then that is called a secondary amide. Here around this nitrogen, one is a carbonyl carbon, two carbon groups, that is called a tertiary amide. So here we are taking a primary amide, which out of three bonds, one bond with a carbonyl carbon, remaining two are hydrogens. This is called a primary amide. This primary amide, presence of a strong base, here I am taking an NaOH while taking a Br2, we will get a nitrine intermediate. Nitrine intermediate, that is RC double bond O N, having a one covalent bond and a four electrons, which are exist as a two lone pairs or one lone pair, two unpairs. This is a nitrine intermediate. This is nitrine intermediate. So this nitrine intermediate on rearrangement, we will get a isocyanate. We will get isocyanate. This isocyanate on hydrolysis, we will get the compound which is, so here I am writing, we will the compound, that is carboxylic acid group which bonded to the nitrogen, So this is upon heating undergoes decarboxylation. See here, elimination of CO2, then finally we will get a RNH2. So here nitrogen bonded to one alkyl group, two hydrogens, called a primary amine. This is actually Hoffman rearrangement. This is reaction path. So we'll discuss a mechanism. So first this amide undergoes a deprotonation, RC double bond O, and this nitrogen having a two hydrogens which treat with the strong base like a NaOH. Here it's Na plus OH minus. This strong base subtract a H plus from these nitrogens. Here H plus means what about these bonded electrons are completely shifted to the nitrogen, heterolytic cleavage. On this heterolytic cleavage we will get the negative charge on the nitrogen. See here, this nitrogen having its lone pair as it is and getting a negative charge due to that gaining of these bond electrons and having a hydrogen Now we are introducing a Br2, so here see, before NaOH, OH minus H plus, it's minus H2O. Now Na plus is there. See here, this nitrogen non-bonded electrons are attacking this Br plus, Br minus coming outside, Br minus Na plus, it's become NaBr. So we are getting a next intermediate like RC double bond O bonded to nitrogen having a bromine bond and here hydrogen. Again this second step, next step, undergoes deprotonation once again, treating with a base. Here it's Na plus OH minus, see here, this H plus is subtracted by OH minus. And what about these bond electrons? Bond electrons are shifted towards a nitrogen. Now see, lone pair is as it is and these bond electrons are coming towards a nitrogen. So nitrogen getting a negative charge. Otherwise you can represent a lone pair and a negative charge. Which is a lone pair? It's a common lone pair. This negative charge, which electrons came from this nitrogen to hydrogen bond pair. Then what about here? Br is bonded as it is. Now this nitrogen to bromine bond getting cleave hydrolytically, Br minus Na plus, again minus NaBr. So now we are getting a nitrene intermediate. See here, lone pair is as it is. That negative charge means I am just representing another lone pair. Otherwise you can represent this is negative charge, lone pair is common around the nitrogen. Now here this negative charge containing a conjugation, continuous conjugation, participates in a resonance. So we will get a next step like a resonance structure, like a carbon to nitrogen double bond, lone pair is as it is, oxygen getting a negative charge. See here, see these non-bonded electrons are coming back and these are shifting towards a nitrogen. So this nitrene on rearrangement we are getting isocyanate. See, R bonded to N, double bonded to C, double bonded to O, double bonded to O. This is called a isocyanate. So what about here intermediate? This is a nitrene intermediate. So what about this isocyanate? On hydrolysis we are getting a carboxylic acid group which is bonded to nitrogen. See here, H2O means it's a H plus, OH minus is attacking carbonyl carbon and pi electrons are shifting towards oxygen, again coming back, and these pi electrons between carbon to nitrogen shifted towards a nitrogen. Now nitrogen getting a minus, hydrogen plus, it's become R NH bonded to C, double bond O, OH. So we are getting a carboxylic acid which bonded to the nitrogen. This is upon heating undergoes decarboxylation. See here, oxygen to hydrogen bond electron shifted here, carbon to nitrogen bond electron shifted to the nitrogen. See here I am taking a direct step. Actually when this oxygen to hydrogen bond electron shifts here, carbon to oxygen pi electron shifted towards oxygen, again coming back to the pi electron, that is pi bond, and backing pi bond, this carbon to nitrogen bond electron shifted to nitrogen, then NH minus H plus, it's become R NH2. So here finally we got a primary amine. Here to get a different primary amines, example if I want a methane amine, so what we have to do, you just substitute this alkyl group with a CH3. So when you are substituting this alkyl group with a CH3, then you will get a CH3 and H2, that is methane amine. If you are substituting that alkyl group with a butane, so 1 2 3 4, then you will get a butane amine. If you are substituting that alkyl group with a cyclohexane, then you will get a cyclohexanamine. Cyclohexanamine. So here to get a different amines, you just substitute a different alkyl groups here, then you will get a different amines corresponding to this alkyl group, So this is the Hofmann rearrangement. So here what happening in the mechanism, first this amide undergoing a deprotonation, then we are getting a nitrine. Nitrine on rearrangement, we are getting isocyanate on hydrolysis, we are getting a carboxylic acid which bonded to the nitrogen. Then on that is upon heating undergoes decarboxylation, that is elimination of CO2. Finally we are getting a primary amine. This is the Hofmann rearrangement, one of the important named reaction. So hope you understand well what is Hofmann rearrangement. Thank you.